start. On your recipe, what's the very first thing we need to do? Raise your hand. Okay, Lucy.
I'm sorry.
Preheat
the oven to 350.
Okay. And our oven is still on at 350. In fact, the cookie from last period is just ready to come out. Okay. So, do you want to see the cookie?
Are we gonna eat it?
Look up at the beer.
Actually, this is the one from period 3. They will be eating it tomorrow after they get their cookie in the oven and after they get their garnishes made. The same thing for you guys. You'll be eating yours on Thursday after your lab is done. So, my oven is still preheated, so I'm just going to leave it on from last period. And then, you will not be eating it today. Okay, so we're going to spray the cookie sheet. It says to grease the cookie sheet. We're just going to spray it lightly, okay, with our with the cooking spray. All right. Who wants to read number 1 there? Okay. Go ahead, Carson. Everybody listen while he reads step 1.
Preheat oven 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Grease a 13-inch round pizza-style pan in large bowl. Measure butter and sugars with mixer at high speed. Cream butter mixture until light and fluffy, occasionally scraping bowl with spatula.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and mix our butter and sugars together. We've got our pan greased. We have our oven heated. And just a reminder about putting the blades on the blender. Just make sure there's a projection piece here. We want that to go in this little groove. Put it in. Push it up. Turn it clockwise. Okay. And our sugars, we need 1/3 cup of brown sugar, correct? Actually, Chance, would you go get me a stick of butter out of the refrigerator back here behind me? My TA was getting things ready, but that's one thing that I think we missed. Okay, so we're going to pack down the brown sugar. Pack it. Then we're going to level it. Okay. Put the brown sugar in. And then it calls for 1/4 cup of white sugar, correct? Okay. So we're going to put the 1/4 cup of our regular sugar. Okay. And then we're going to put a stick of butter. Did you find that stick of butter there? Yeah. Okay. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and put the mixer, guys, we can lock it. When we're doing cookie dough tends to make, sometimes heavy cookie dough especially, will cause the mixer to rise up like this, so we want to make sure it stays down. So that's when we're going to lock it. Okay. Just bring me the whole thing. All right, so we're going to take a stick of butter. And we're going to put the butter in with the sugar. And then we're going to lock the blades like I just did. We're going to start it on low. Actually, the red button down there at the end needs to be pushed in, guys.
Push it. There you go.
Is that plugged in there, Chance?
No.
Oh, that's the problem. Okay. Sometimes it's the red button down there. Sometimes it's, this time it was not plugged in. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and mix.
Oh, that's like
start it on low, and then you can put it on up a little bit higher. Oh. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and add. Who wants to read number 2 there? Okay, Madison.
Dang it.
Next, heat until low level. Heat vanilla. Reduce with allow and gradually beat the powder. Baking soda and salt until well mixed. With 1 spoon full chopped vegetables and nuts.
Okay. So guys, we are actually we're not going to put the nuts in. A lot of people are allergic to nuts, and so anything that we cook here at school, I usually leave the nuts out of. So we won't be adding the nuts. If you make them at home, go ahead and put the nuts in. That's fine. So we're gonna break the egg in the custard cup.
Make sure there's no shells.
And yes, we're going to make sure there's no shells in it. And then we're going to beat it real quickly with a whisk. And then we're going to add the eggs, or the egg. Then we're going to add vanilla. The vanilla, actually I'm going to keep my custard cup. I'm going to put the vanilla over, I'm going to pour the vanilla over the custard cup in case I spill. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're going to mix those together. And I could have mixed the eggs in before I added the vanilla, but it doesn't really matter. Okay. Okay, now we're going to stop it. Then we're going to add our dry ingredients. 1 1/3 cup of flour, right? Look at your recipe, guys. Is that right?
Yes.
1. Then we're going to level it. Of course, we're not going to pack it down. 1. That's a lot of flour. And 1/3. And again, level it. And how much baking soda? Raise your hand. Okay, Delaney, how much? Okay, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, which is the leavening agent that makes it rise. And there's a leveling edge right there on the soda. Put that in, and then we're going to put 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And again, we're going to level the salt. We're going to level the salt over, we're going to pour the salt over a custard cup. Okay, and then we're going to add that. We're going to mix our dry ingredients in. Start slow. And then you can gradually increase it as everything gets moistened. You can go ahead and turn it up a little higher. And then stop it. Take your rubber spatula, scrape down any of the flour that's still up on the sides. Okay. Okay. Once it's all mixed, then we're going to add chocolate chips. Actually, Delaney, would you run back and get a bag of chocolate chips? I used what I had for the previous 2 periods. Go to the closet, take a left all the way on the back wall. Okay. So guys, how many chocolate chips do we need to put? 4. Raise your hand when you can tell me how many chocolate, perfect.
One package.
A whole package?
Wait, 1 cup.
Kylie, how much? 6 ounces. Guys, I have a bag, half a bag left from our cookie demonstration that we did earlier. Half a bag is 6 ounces because this is a 12-ounce bag. You can see right there. See, it's 12 ounces. And we're going to use half of it. So, half a bag of chocolate chips. And
Look like a half a bag.
guys, we're just going to put it on for really, just for 5 seconds until those chocolate chips are slightly mixed in. If we mix it very long, we would end up smashing the chocolate chips. So we're just going to do it really lightly.
Look at them quick.
Okay. Now we have our prepared pan over there. So we're going to go ahead and put the dough into the pan here in just a minute. Okay. Guys, the rubber spatula works really well to clean off the blades and to clean out the bowl. And I know everybody always asks me, can I clean the bowl? Can I taste them? Can I clean off the beater? But you know I don't let you. Why do I not let you?
The salmonella. There might be salmonella.
Salmonella, guys, is the main reason. Because there is a risk with raw eggs, just like with raw chicken, of salmonella. So that's why we don't, I encourage you not to eat the dough. If you eat it at home, that's a risk that between you and your parents. But I don't want you eating it here at school. Okay. So we're going to put the dough out. I would probably put it in a few different places on the pizza pan. And then we're going to have to spread it out. And would somebody read what it says to do to spread it out? Okay, go ahead, Kylie.
The rubber spatula spread through the edge of the pan. Be sure to uniformly dough through the pan. Otherwise, some parts will be too chewy or undercooked and others too dry and bare.
Okay, so guys, I'm doing as much as I can here with the spatula. But you know what? Do you see how it's sticking to my spatula?
Yes.
Do you see how it just sticks to the spatula? And I've tried rubber spoons, the wooden spoons, and it just becomes really hard to do. So what I've decided, after doing this many, many times, the best solution is to just get a little bit of flour in a custard cup or in a measuring cup, and just coat your fingers and just use your fingertips to spread it out a little bit. That's what seems to work the best. And it's still sticking to my fingers some, but I have just found that this dough is really sticky. Seems to work the best. Okay, and then after we get it spread out here, what does the timer say? How long does it say to put it in the?
15 to 20.
15 to 20 minutes. So what are we going to set the timer for?
15.
15 minutes. Okay. Okay, any questions? Okay, bear with me here. You can go ahead and stop the video now, Mark.